Wisconsin finally repealed their mask mandate. Yay, Wisconsin! Good for you. And, I wish I could say the same, but about my state, I cannot because we're idiots. However, this is awesome. Good for you guys. This has been tied up for a little while because they were been concerned about, oh, hey, if we get rid of the mask mandate, will we no longer get federal money? And you're saying, why are they getting federal money in the first place? For masks? No, not for masks. They're getting federal money every month. They're getting 50 million every month. Now, that's right, people. 50 million just for having the mask mandate and being on board with the mask mandate. And then they're getting 50 million, and a big portion of that goes to help needy families with food, supposedly. Okay? Now, what does needy families getting food have to do with a mask mandate? Good question. What does taking away a mask mandate have to do with food? Good question. So in other words, if we don't have a statewide mask mandate, then people no longer need food. If there is an actual need to push $50 million a month into Wisconsin for food for needy families, but if we take away the mask mandate, then that need goes away. Is that what we're saying? Because we care more about people having a mask mandate than, having food. Okay, it seems pretty petty if that's really what it's about. And again, I don't know what feeding needy families has to do with masks. It says it shouldn't have anything to do with it. So clearly, this is ridiculous and makes no sense. So this here from the USA Today, in a 4-3 decision, conservative justices in the majority declared the statewide mask mandate invalid and ruled Evers exceeded his authority, Evers being their governor, exceeded his authority in issuing multiple emergency declarations of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Evers used his emergency orders to require face coverings to be worn indoors statewide after lawmakers opted out. Okay? Or opted not to. I don't know what in the world makes these governors think that they can just, continually renew these, declarations of emergency and make people wear masks, over and over and over again, clearly overstepping their bounds. And again, here in Illinois, we did this plenty of times with our own governor, and literally in our state constitution, it says that, that's not supposed to be able to happen, but they basically overrode that, as far as I understand it. And the other thing that's hilarious, too, is another reason why this got held up for quite a while is because of the concern for losing, again, the money, that federal funding money that was coming in. The Republican-controlled legislature there went ahead and tried to pass a law where they could get rid of the mask mandate, but still make sure that they would be providing funding for needy families for food. And when they brought that to Evers in an attempt to, come together and, figure out that and not eliminate that, Evers vetoed that. So again, we all care about needy families, except for when somebody says, I don't think we need to mandate people wear masks from a government edict, upon everyone, and we can let them do that themselves. Because understand, people, this doesn't mean that your business cannot tell other people to wear masks. This does not mean that you cannot decide to still make people wear masks. This doesn't mean your local city council cannot still make people wear masks in that city if that city council decides that's what they want to do, or your mayor, thinks that that's the right thing to do. Okay? This is all this is doing, and is instead bringing it from the top down and telling everybody what to do, regardless of who they are in a state. Again, this is not a law. Okay? It's just giving their businesses the ability to make their own decisions again, like I thought we were supposed to have control to do in America in the first place, as long as it was within legal bounds. And again, having masks or having no masks is in legal boundaries, because that is not a law. We didn't pass a law You couldn't, and that reason they didn't pass laws is because that wouldn't work really, because then you'd actually have to take time for it to go through the legislature. And, we don't like to do that. We just want to, cram things down people's throats when the government decides that they think something is better for you and they know better than you do. All this does is return, the decision to the business owners. So, in other words, if I own an ice cream shop or a gym or whatever, I can decide I want you to wear a mask or if I want you to wear a mask at all. Okay? Hello, common sense, people. And if you don't like that idea of like, oh no, there's that gym or there's that, restaurant or whatever where they don't have people wearing masks at all, guess what? Fantastic. It's fine. Don't go to that place if you don't like it. Let all the other people who are fine with it go there, and you go somewhere else that says you need to wear a mask all the time. States that have the highest rising cases right now are the states that have been some of the most strict, if not the most strict, states for masking up, by the way. That would be New Jersey and New York right now have the highest cases, I believe. And they have been more strict than anybody. And it's just killing businesses while at the same time doing nothing to do anything in regards to solving any problems related to COVID, okay? Wisconsin, along with Texas and Florida and some of these other places, including Arkansas, just to make sure. I wanted to make sure I had that right. Also got rid of the mask mandate this week. When they did that, they also now opened up COVID-19 vaccination eligibility to adults 16 and older. Oh, guess what? Here again is another chance to give people choice. If you're 16 or older, you get to make the decision of whether you want to take that vaccination or not. So if you want to, go ahead. If you don't want to, don't do it, okay? I respect your decision to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. And I will go where I feel comfortable and where I feel welcomed, while at the same time you can go where you feel comfortable and you feel welcomed. And we can all just get along, respecting each other's decisions, while saying I don't agree with whatever that guy's doing, but I, am going to allow him to do what he thinks is best for him and his family. And the more we do that, I think the better off we'll be.